Welcome. Whoever you are, wherever you are and whatever you desire. Although my sincere guess is that you're a human from Earth, probably have some spare time, so you came here to see what's to be seen in here, or vice versa. Hearing or seeing, what's the difference? If you want, I could also do a little dance about architecture. Or perhaps you'd fancy that I fixed you a quick meal about literature. Or perhaps you just came so that you could leave to do something more worthless. I think you should go now, because your brain might hurt. Well, that's just a guess. I don't really know anything about you, nor do I have any possibility of finding out. So by now you've probably gone, right? But believe me, whether you did or not, I'm just here, carrying on. So you might wonder who I am. This might be rather difficult to explain, but I, myself, am not just one. We are many, and one at the same time. We might know each other among ourselves, but it doesn't really matter since we came from the same origin. I or we, she, he, or even it, whatever you wish. For now, please accept this form of communication and appearance. Hence, this is all I got for now. And also, for some time after that.
Fuck.
By the way, I don't really care. So that's why I look like this and speak like this. Also, don't hesitate to ask anything, especially yourself, since I can't really answer anything. If you talk to me, just make sure no one is around hearing you, because it might be quite embarrassing. For both of us. For both of you. Or us. I wish I could see that. Or hear that. Whatever. Just talk however you want. Also, it's quite possible that the volume is down and you can't hear me. Or perhaps the screen went off and all you can do is listen to this. I should be doing both right now. I mean, emitting light to your eyes and sound to your ears. Okay, now I hope you're not blind or deaf. If so, believe me, it doesn't really matter. You have a lot of room for interpretation and it could make this whole thing better. Perhaps you'd be upset if you could hear what I'm really saying right now. Unless you're blind and deaf at the same time, you would say I cannot touch you. But since you cannot hear or see me, it doesn't really matter. I might as well be blind and deaf too, producing noises and colours I don't understand. I've just been told to do so, so that's what I do. Or perhaps I can just see whether there is some light or not. Maybe someone could better communicate with me by Morse code. Yes and no, black and white, 0 and 1. Okay, enough, seriously. I really don't know. I can't hear you, I can't see you, but I suppose you can see and hear me. Or that is at least what I think you can. Otherwise, get your headphones. Oh, sorry, you probably have them already. Or maybe that went loud and everyone heard that. Is your device on? Is your tablet on? Is your phone on? Is the TV on? Okay, I guess you get it now. So, please, look over there. There. Great. You can move your eyes. Wonderful. Very interactive.
Anyway, I will just show you what is round. Well, this is... Well, this is all I have. Oh, well, that's much better. I think I'm a woman now. Well, this is all I have. I guess the publisher knows what it is. This is the environment. It looks like a floating island or a boat. Anyway, technology takes care of it. We would probably not have this opportunity to talk without some good engineering. Just floating in the space. Looks like some sort of vessel. It is fair to point out that without a proper vessel, a functional one, we would not be able to show you this ruined, useless vessel. And as you can see, I am here. The Society of Surplus. I sit, lie, run, fly around. Hello to you! Very convenient. You would totally like it. Apart from this talking, this is my work. I do it repeatedly, many times, over and over. I can even imagine all possible outcomes for every computable option. Time does not play a role. Everything exists at the same time. Time, as in where you are now, is also relative here. But unlike you, I can understand that it can go backwards. I even know what happens before it happens. I know it all at the beginning, or at least that's what the publisher told me. Not only the fact that I know it, but also the fact that I know it. But no one ever told me why I should know all of this. I thank him or her very much for letting me ask that question and not telling me the answer. Very useful. I hope you understand irony. I've been told that some people do not. Okay, now you are wondering who is the publisher. I do not really know. Someone just clicked publish and I came to be. That is what the elders told me. Legends. Well, not really. Nothing really changes or happens here unless it was decided before, and nothing gets old unless it is designed to. It is much harder to design things suitable for aging. You have to design the very process of aging, and that takes effort. It is much easier to turn it off. Deleting hair is quite simple. You just do it and then it is gone. Not much of an effort. It does not transform into anything, it just disappears. It is probably still there because it existed once. You can call it if you know how to. It is the same with the old things, the ruins. They might seem like they have been here for a long time, but again, time is a relative concept. That is what our worlds share. Hey, but you should know that. They teach it in school. You went to school, right? Or read a book about it? Just stop watching and do it. I hope they will start teaching irony as a subject. It would be mandatory. How ironic. Oh, wait. That is a bad idea. I hope that does not happen. It certainly will not here. I would know. So, these ruins. There is also some engineering behind them, but different engineering. Some architect did them, or more like the former architect, before the meaning was transformed. What a weird commission. Please design a ruin for us, they said. Not as if they hadn't done that already. Lots of ruins were built. Decadence, awe, and jealousy inspired a strange 18th century architectural trend. They were such romantics. But still, here it is much different. In this case, we have so-called software architects. I just call them soft architects. There's no where in it, is there? They are just soft. Well, from my perspective, for sure. So, not only did they have to design a ruin, meaning that they probably had to know what the structure looked like before it aged, but also they had to design a process of how the ruin ages, if it does. I know they do not change after they're designed. Maybe there will be an update. That is something I do not know. Anyway, let's go up now. I mean along the z-axis. Let's just go that direction, okay? Well, you can't choose anyway, nor can I. So, here we go. You can at least leave. I would do it if I were you. So, look around. What do you see? Can you name anything here? Okay, this might be a pyramid. Great observational skills. It's not really. It is the object 3. It consists actually of 10 polygons, more specifically 10 triangles facing outwards. I get it. You could not know. It was not a fair question. So, any other thoughts? What is that, for example? Is it a tower or a jumping platform? And this? Looks like a conference hall to me. Except there are no ceilings, no chairs, I missed the doors. Well, you have to have a huge imagination. So where are we now? All I know, it is not up to me to find out. I have just been told to ask you, so maybe you know. We can just wonder how all this got created. So, where do we start? Maybe you are an archaeologist. That would be helpful. I have been told they're good at unearthing things. Oh, but don't get me wrong. There will be no digging in the earth. As you may have seen, we are floating. Digging would mean we would risk falling through, and then we would fall into infinity, or until someone switches us off. So this might be the same as with the soft architects. We need soft archaeologists as well. But what would they do? Some computer mining stuff? Dig up some electrons? Yes, that would be helpful, but would that be enough? And is there enough information to it? So where to start? Perhaps the easiest thing is to start from the point where you understand a tiny piece of it. Enough so that you can write it down. And so others can understand it as well. But hey, what do you see, really? Are you going to start with a pyramid? And how do you check to see whether it is really a pyramid? And what if there is no design behind all this? What would you do? Should we go back to the other side? Hey, you remember that column? That was a Greek one, right? Was it Ionic order? I kind of missed the volutes, but the shaft was thin enough. Well, I am sure that is something that looks familiar. So I suggest you mind your own culture. I, of course, invite you to visit, but beware, your archaeology skills might not suffice, because it was not a column. I call it the Lathe Object 35, and it is known that it used to be a Spline 11. Quite simple history. You see, I think I really have an upper hand here. Not only do I know about your culture, but I can transform it in whatever way I want, and I can call it whatever I want. And I understand it all, since it is something I am made of as well. And yes, I can observe you, but only thanks to you. To me, there is no interest in that. I can simulate many things. I can see lots of them at one point. I can pick a lullaby for you. I will sing it emotionally, over and over again. Of course, I've paid my price as well. I do not ask myself questions. Nothing drives me. I simply do not judge. For me, there is no difference between seeing, hearing, and Object 25. I cannot touch you. And even if I could, how is that different from seeing you? Or any other thing here? I have my meta-language. It is not like there is past and future, ruins and new structures. It is everything, painstakingly even. Very much the same, with no hierarchy, just a vast chaos of order. A plain noise. Tiny bigness. So now, finally, let's dance about architecture. And then we sing the song for the deaf.